Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This is Bamari. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful side gathered gown for kids. It's easy and beginners friendly. If you're interested in knowing how I made this, please stay to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a kid dress with side gathers. So the first thing I'll do is I'll first roll my starting line just like this. Then I'm going to go ahead to take the neck measurement. I'll be using a 2-inch width and a 2-inch depth because of it is a high neck. So I'll be using a 2-inch depth. Then I'll take my curve rule to curve it in just like this. Then I'll be taking the shoulder measurement. Our shoulder is 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I'll go ahead to mark 5 out there. Then at that end, I'll be coming down 0.5 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'll take my ruler and rule it to the neckline. Then our armhole is 5. I'll go ahead to mark out the armhole 5 inches out just like this. Then the middle of our armhole, which is 2.5, I'll go ahead to mark it. Then I'll be coming in by 1/4 of an inch. I'll mark it, then I'll take my ruler and the curve rule to curve it in just like this. The full length of the gown is 23.5 inch, but I'm going to be marking 24 inches as our full length because we won't be hemming the down part, we'll just be whipping it. So I'll mark 24 inches and roll it out. Then from the shoulder, I will be marking the half length of the child. So our half length is 9, so I'll just go ahead to mark it out and roll it just like this. Then from the waist, I'll be coming down 5 inches to mark our hip line. So I'll just mark it out and roll it. Our bust is 21 inches. So 1/4 of our bust is 5.25. So I'll just go ahead to mark 5.5. I'll mark it out. Then I'll be adding extra 1.5 sewing allowance to it. Then the waist measurement is 20 inches. So 1/4 of the waist is 5 inches. I'll be adding 0.25 to it. That's 5.25. Then I'll also add 1.5 sewing allowance to it and mark it. Then 1/4 of our hip is 5.8. So I'll go ahead to mark 5.8 here and I'll be adding 1.5 also for sewing allowance. So whatever I have at my hip, which is around 7.25, I'll have it at my full length also. So I'll mark the 7.25 here. And also note that the full length is the nail length of the child. So I'll take the ruler and connect it together just like this. Then after doing that, I'll be coming down 2 inches from the waist to mark the beginning of the side gathers. It is because it is a kid, that's why we are starting 2 inches below the waist. If it's an adult, you can just start at the waist or just 1 inch below the waist. At the center part, I'll be coming out by 2.5 inch. You can decide to just come out by 2 inch. I'll mark it out. Then whatever I have here, I'll be having around 5 inch here. I'll go ahead to mark it here also. Then I'll take my ruler and curve rule to connect it together. You can see the way I ruled it. Then I take the curve rule to curve it all the way to the waist area just like this. For the side gathers, there are 2 ways you can achieve it. It is either through the slash and spread method, which I'm doing, labeling it and dividing it, or through the other way I'll show you when I'm cutting it. So now that we are done with our pattern, we'll go ahead to cut it out gently just like this. Just watch the way I'm cutting it. So this is our center piece and this is our side piece. For the drafting of the back parts, the first thing I'll measure is the zipper allowance, which is 1.25. So I'll go ahead to mark out the zipper allowance of 1.25 and roll it out just like this. Then for the neck measurement, I'll be using a neck width of 2 inches, same thing as the front, but a neck depth of 1 inch for the back. So I'll take my curve rule and curve it in just like this. After that, I'll be measuring the shoulder, which is 10 divided by 2 is 5. I'll mark 5 out. Then I'll be coming down 0.5 inch to mark the shoulder slope. I'll take my ruler and connect it to the neck line just like this. Then I'll also go ahead to take the armhole. The armhole is 5. I'll go ahead to mark it out just like this. After which I'll be dividing it into 2. which is 2.5. So from this 2.5, I'll take my curve rule to curve it in. It is the back armhole, so you don't need to come in at all. Then the same thing like we did to the front, we'll measure the full length, which is 24 inches. Then from the shoulder to the half length, 9 inches. Then we'll also come down from 5 inches from the waist to measure the hip. Then after that, we'll go ahead to take the horizontal measurement. For the horizontal measurement, I'll be starting the measurement from the line of the zipper. So I'll be saying quarter of the bust plus 1.5 inch. I'll mark it out. Then I'll go to the waist. I'll start from the line of the zipper, quarter of the waist plus 1.5 inch. I'll also mark it out. The hip also, I'll mark quarter of the hip plus 1.5 inch. So whatever I have at the hip, I'll go ahead to mark it at the full length, which is the new length of the dress. Then I'll go ahead to take my ruler and curve rule to connect the lines together, just like this. Then at the waist area of the zipper line, I'll be coming in by 0.5 inch. This is to eliminate zipper bulge a bit. Then I'll take my ruler and connect the line to the sides, just like this. After doing that, the 0.5 inch I came in at the waist, I have to replace it at the other side. So I'll add 0.5 inch at the waistline there. Then I'll connect it to the armhole and to the sides, just like this. So you just remove 0.5 from this side, then you add it to the other side and blend it in. After that, same thing we did at the front. We'll be coming down 2 inches from the waist. Then from the center piece, after the zipper line, we'll mark 2.25. Then we'll just mark it out like this. Take our ruler and curve rule and connect the lines together, just like this. Then the side is the slash and spread area. So I'll just go ahead to cut it out carefully like this. You can see this is the back pattern. After cutting it, now we have the front pattern and we have the back pattern with the zipper. So, and this is also the side gathers, the pattern for the side gathers. Then I went ahead to cut it on the main fabric. We are using a Mikado for our fabric, so I'll just go ahead to unpin it. So now let's cut the down gathers. So I'll just be placing the side gathers pattern. So instead of slash and spread method, you can actually put it like this. Then remember, the side gathers is on fold. There's no joining at the side. Then I'll just be adding extra 20 inches from the pattern. This is to make it full. You can decide to add 15 inches. Then I'll just go ahead to cut it out. And please, when you are cutting yours out, don't forget to add the joining allowance, maybe 0.5 at the top to it, so it will not eat up your fabric. After cutting one side of the gathers, side gathers, this is the way it looks like. So I'll just go ahead to place this same fabric that I cut on another fabric to cut the other side. So just place it like this, then cut the exact thing just like this. After cutting it out, I just went ahead to unpin it. Then this is just an illustration of how it's going to look like. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to interface the neck of the front and the neck of the back. To cut the cap sleeve of the gown, I just went ahead to cut 2 square shapes of 7 inches at all the sides. 7 inches, you can see, at all the sides. So just cut 2 square shapes of 7 inches. Then I'll fold it in a triangular form like this. You can see the way I folded it in a triangular form. You can see when you attach it to your gown, it will give it a cap like effect. So I'll just go ahead to iron it. So this is the way the gown is looking. I've interfaced the neck and I've also joined the shoulders. You can see I've interfaced the neck of the gown. So the sleeve, I went ahead to iron it. You can see how properly laid and ironed it is. So remember, it is 7 inches at all sides. Then I also did the same thing for the other side also. So I just went ahead to fold it into 4, folded it in a triangular, then like this. So the rough part is the one we're going to be attaching to our gown armhole. So initially at the edge I removed 0.75, but later on in the video I removed 2 inch. So you have to remove 2 inch from the edge, then you cut it out, then you notch the center part. So the part that we notch will be placed on the center part of the shoulder. So you see, this is the way we'll place it. Place on the center part, then we'll stitch it all the way around and do the same thing for the other side. You know, I told you later on I went ahead to cut extra 1 inch to it, so it's basically as if we cut 2 inches away from it. So at this side I have 4.5, then at this other side I have 5 inch, and I'm having 5 inch at this side because of my customer's armhole is 5 inches. So you have to have your customer armhole at that side, then maybe a reduction at the other side. So remove 2 inches here and cut it out or whatever, so that it can fit to the armhole length of your customer. This is how the sleeve looks like after I've attached it to the gown. You can see the way I placed it on it. So the next thing we're going to do is we'll be properly arranging it this way. Then we'll go ahead to close it at the side by the sewing allowance we left earlier. We'll close it by the side by the sewing allowance. Then we'll take our zipper to fix the zipper to the back. So I'll just close it from this point downwards, then I'll fix the zipper to it and show you how it looks like. After attaching the zipper, this is how it looks. So I just came down 13 inches from the neckline to attach the zip, then I closed it all the way down, then I also stitch it at the side using the sewing allowance. So now I'm just going ahead to just flip it to the right side. This is how the gown is looking. You can see it is already coming together. So the next thing is to attach the side gathers to it. So I'll just go ahead to unpin it just like this, after which I'll be placing it to the side of the gown. Then I'll go ahead to gather it at the side like this. I'll do the same thing to the other side also. And to gather it at the side, I will go ahead to stitch a very loose stitch all the way around just like this. I'll stitch a very loose stitch, then I'll start pulling the thread gently to gather it. So this is the best way you can achieve the gathers at the side. You pleating it will not give you a very good result, so it is better you gather it the way I'm doing mine. And hope you can also see where I started the gathers from. So please note that. You can see the beautiful effect the gathers gave us. You can see it's looking so full and beautiful without even stitching on it. So I'll just go ahead to place it on our fabric like this, then I'm going to pin it down all the way. So you can see after I've pinned it down like this, I'll just go ahead to take it to my sewing machine and stitch it easily, no stress. So I'll just stitch it all the way and show you our result. After attaching the side gathers to the gown, you can see how neat and beautiful it is. So the next thing I'll do is I'll go ahead to whip the down part, then I'll go ahead to attach some pearl beads and crystal beads to it and also applique. After beading and finishing, you can see how beautiful the gown is. I went ahead to bead the neckline to look like a chain. I attached some pearls to the side and crystal beads and also applique. You can see how beautiful it is. I would really love to have this dress in my own size. Thank you for watching this tutorial to the end. Please like, subscribe, comment and share to see more helpful tutorials like this and also to help my channel grow. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.